Booze on deck, beer on ice. Laced up clean, yeah, the vibe feels nice. Fuck you, Tony, said we wouldn't fly. Now we running this mile high.
Yo, happy fucking February. Welcome back. Shoes and Brews, the podcast, episode 7. And joining me every month is Ash. How you going, buddy?
Good, mate. Fired up, ready to get back into it. Big start to the year. Looking forward to ripping in for the year ahead. How about yourself, mate? What's cracking?
Oh, mate, very busy last 6 weeks. And you've been busy as well. But look, without further ado, let's get into our special guest this month, Grant Brisbin. Welcome aboard. We'll talk about all about you in a sec, which I know you're going to love. But mate, welcome on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Scotty and Ash. It's good to be here.
Excellent. Well, look, we'll get into it a bit later. But Grant, you go from hopefully I get the football club right, but Captain Yamina. Is that correct?
Yeah. Captain Yamina, yeah.
Captain
for a few years.
Captain Yamina, first grade in the local Premier League football, so soccer for everyone else, football comp 2, running 24 hours around the track for Australia. So there's a lot in between. We'll get into that. But first of all, look, it is Shoes and Brews. What beers are we rocking tonight? So
I've got a 4 Pines number going on here. What about you, Grant? What are you cracking?
I've got a Chuck and Sons 2 World Pale Ale.
Chuck and Sons.
Yeah.
Heard of those guys?
No.
So the story is the guy that brewed the Hahn Brewery, he sold Hahn Brewery and started his own brewery after that. And this is what he started. And it's absolutely delicious. So yeah,
happy days.
Does a whole heap of craft beers now, and you won't find him in Dan Murphy's. You've got to go online to his shop. He's got a brewery down in Sydney, and I've just found out about it, and delicious. So.
Yeah, mate, that's unreal. It's always good to check some different ones. I'm going to call it my loopy beer. So Cooper's XPA. Too many of these, and I end up a little bit loopy. Anyway, fuck you, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers. Oh, all right. Let's kick it off. Well, look, it's been a little while since our last podcast, but January's a bit nuts for me. But look, what sports have you been focused on? Grant, you could kick us off, mate. Have you any sport?
Probably the Premier League mostly. Man U's back playing well, chasing you guys down, beating you guys. But I don't know. We've got West Ham tomorrow, I think, and that's a bit more scary than Arsenal or Man City at this stage. So, but definitely getting into the Premier League again now that we're playing well again. So, yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Ash?
Yeah, well, recently it's been Winter Olympics. The time zone hasn't been incredibly friendly, but I love becoming an expert in foreign sport for 2 weeks where I just talk absolute crap. So, bit of downhill jumping, the downhill, and then the big jump. Don't ask me for any. I think I saw this thing that summarised it perfectly today, where chair expert sits on the couch and says, "Oh, that looks amazing," and then all the commentary and the judges give him an absolutely rubbish score. So that summarises the Winter Olympics. But very excited for the speed skating. That's probably my favourite, the Winter Olympics. So bit of an expert for a couple of weeks and lose a few hours sleep. So, and Scotty, I'm guessing after your visit to the AO, that might be yours.
Yeah, mate. And look, I got a stubby holder, and it's actually. It's like it's made of a tennis ball material. It's really cool. So usually I don't buy too many stubby holders because you end up with a bloody cupboard full of them. But this was quite unique. So, but the Australian Open, that was, mate, what an event! It's, I don't know if you realise the scale of it until you get down there. But we were there, 120,000 people in the park. There's activations going on everywhere. People buy ground passes to not go into any of the stadiums. They just go there and sit and drink and eat and mate, the vibe of it. No, it's really cool. So yeah, we'll definitely get down there again. But it was good. We got to see Alcaraz and Sabalenka on the first night.
So
yeah,
good.
and Carlos went on to win. So, mate, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
I remember 15 years ago, the first time we went to the AO, and I think it was $15 for a ground pass, but there was like literally one bar other than the main arenas you're in, and we used to go most years.
Yeah.
And it's just transformed the whole precinct. It's just the envy of pretty much every other sport now, where they can just bump in that facility for 50 weeks of the year, and it just absolutely hums. So yeah, there's the water park, the festival set up, and a bit of tennis if you actually want to watch some sports. So how good.
Yeah, and the one that I couldn't get over is the shop down there. It's probably the main shop. They got all these little pop-ups everywhere, but the main shop would be 3 basketball court sizes. They've got 12 cash registers going, and most people walking out are probably like. I mean, we probably only spent $120 in there, but most people are probably working out $400 or $500. We had to wait 5 minutes to actually get to a cash register, and they got 12. Like, it was insane.
Wow.
You know, and $250 jumpers, and people just fucking throwing money. It's incredible. Yeah. So no, very cool. So, Man U, hey.
That's it, mate. What are we,
Yeah.
4 on a trot, I think. So
Yeah.
that's an improvement on the years gone by. That's for sure. It's been a lean few years. Everyone likes to give it to you.
Yeah. Well, when was Man U's last Premier League title?
Well, testing me now. Be a while ago. 16?
Yeah.
17? Somewhere around there.
I think Arsenal's longer.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
that'd be, yeah, I reckon they're longer. But,
well, you threw it away last year. Don't throw it away again this year.
Mate, it's ours to throw away. But no, it's been good to keep an eye on that while the league off season. So yeah, ready to kick in for league season, which I'm pumped about. So, very good. So let's get into your background a little bit, and yeah, so footballer, early days.
Yes,
as I said, captaining minor, and let's get into that.
Yeah, I mean, I played soccer all my life. I grew up playing soccer. Started as a 5-year-old. Yeah, played up a lot of age groups through the juniors. There was a good side 1 year above me, and they got me to fill in for them quite often. So from about the 12s through to 18s, I filled up a grade as well. First pulled on a first grade boot at 15, and then in and out of that side for 5 years until got established about 20 years old, a couple of years in reserve grade, and then 15 seasons in first grade, and captained I think 4 years and won 3 premierships with your minor through that time as well. So unfortunately broken leg in that time as well, but there's all ups and downs in these stories. So yeah, we're still fighting on from that.
Did you go back and play after the broken leg, or?
Yeah, absolutely. The broken leg was grand final in 2011, and played against Berkeley Vale, and then first game back the following year was Berkeley Vale again. And it's a little bit scary going back. First game, it's probably only 5 months since the broken leg, and you're going back into a heavy tackle, and it's until you get that first one out of the way, it's a bit scary.
What position were you playing, Grant?
Mainly fullback. I did get moved into the centre midfield later in the career, I suppose. Being fitter than most of the young fellas, willing to work a little bit harder. Kind of got pushed into the centre midfield to move around a bit. So
yeah, love it.
Yeah,
the orchestrator.
So that was. So I've been on the coast. I've known you since I reckon about 2016, late 2016. Your soccer was done at that point. Is that? That's right.
Yeah. Finished
Yeah,
up in 2015, come into running at straight after that, straight into UTA 50K, middle of 2016. And yeah, haven't looked back since that, really. So
yeah. I don't think you might have won since you left, have they?
no, I'm pretty sure they went down a year later, and then they're back into the Premier. They're back up to the Premier League next year. Or
they
year.
got demoted the next year.
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 years later they went down to Division 1, and they've stayed there for 7 or 8 years, and it's been a long road back, but they're back this year, back to Premier League. So
yeah. So now, how many calls from people have you had to say, "Hey, 35s, 45"? You're not 45 yet. Is it? Oh yeah.
No, I'm not 45, but yeah.
No. Yeah. How many calls? How many calls for the 35s?
Well, first off, there was a few calls to come back to play first grade. Yeah. And then once I breached that 35-year gap, it was like, yeah, come and play 35s. I'm like, hey, I don't bend anymore after running in a straight line for so long. Like, that change of direction just doesn't happen anymore. I don't know what you find, boys, but seriously, once you start running, agile abilities are long gone.
Mate, I'm nearly 50. I don't bend at all.
I agree, mate.
Yeah. Funny. So finished in 2015, straight into UTA. Why? most people would be like, yeah, I'll go and do a 5K or a 10K and or a half marathon. Every second person I see in the shop at the moment, they're going to do a half marathon. It's like, it's not even that much of a thing anymore, but like it's it's not that challenge that people used to put it on a pedestal anymore. It's like,
it seems to be a lot of people doing road running now. And I don't know, for me, it was all about trail running. It was never about road running. That's why joining trotters and meeting you guys, it kind of worked for a little while, but the road running really didn't interest me. And it was getting out and being in bush and adventuring and finding new places to go and to run and finding a race that's, down in Mount Buller up through the mountains and the ski regions and going, oh, how nice is this, standing on top of the bluff and looking out over places and thinking, well, you can't get here unless you walk here or you run here, kind of thing. So it's always been about the trail running for me. And it's coming back around to that after this other journey that I'm sure we'll chat about as well.
Yeah. So UTA, like as I said, I met you probably late 2016, and I remember having some great 10K battles with you, and Staff, I think, was the two of you were come and do a race, the 10K time trials. And then you go into, you finished first at, what was the race? 2017. Which race did you win there? It was a big one.
2017. Whoa.
Oh, I'm trying to, mate.
What'd you write it down?
Too. You can't remember.
No. 2018 or one?
No, Human Hovel.
Yeah, 2018.
2019
was it? Yeah, okay.
The Human Hovel, 100 miler first. And then I think that's when, in the crew that you've got, the trail running boys that you run with, I think all of you have won some big race. It's insane when you think about who you get to train with all the time and run with. I know you do a lot of solo stuff, but I just look at all you boys that, the Budai boys and who you train with, and mate, you're all freaks.
There's a few of us on the coast, that's for sure. That
unbelievable.
Yeah, around that time there was a lot of guys running really, really well. And as you know, if you run with a group of guys that are better than you, you're bound to get a little bit better as well. It's the same on the road, as you know, Scott. Like you train with guys that are better than you, so you can perform better. So if you're running with a 2:35 marathoner, hopefully they drag you through a little bit bit of training and push you a little bit further. And, you know, it's the same in the trails. If you train with good guys and that can push you further and further and make you improve, and, you know, you see them and you think, well, I want to improve as well. So you go to races to race against them and you look how they do things and, you know, you pick up tips. And, 2019 100 human hovel, that was 2 years after G&W 100 mile. It took me 2 years to go back to that distance because it absolutely broke me. I almost ended up in the emergency room because of it. But, it took that long to heal the scars and feel like I was ready to go back to a longer distance, which I always wanted to do. It's you know, I say I don't like the short distance, but it's just that I do like running multiple hours. So, yeah.
So you transitioned straight from soccer to a 50K as your first event, then Grant. Yeah, and then you finish your first 50K, and then where does the head go? Like, what you go? What, sort of do 100K a mile? What's the next step logically?
Well, the first thing out of my mouth was, "I'm never doing that again" because it hurt so much. and unfortunately, three months later. And 3 months later, I'm signed up for G&W 100K, and as you probably know, Scott, it's quite challenging out there. The old original course back through Tarauba and through to Yarramalong and onto Patonga if you do the 100 mile. And 3 months after that first 50K.
You did the first, like the old course from Newcastle all the way down? Yeah.
So, first year was 2016. I did the 100K and went quite well in that for, 3 months post 50K where I fell apart and, said I was never running again. It didn't last long. And then 12 months after that 100K, I went to the 100 mile. And, I fell apart quite badly, but still enjoyed the process of it and finished in quite a good time for how bad I did feel in that last, 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Ash did he did Ultraman over 3 days back in November. And at the end of the day, that part of it and the race is such a short part of the journey. And I know while you're out there, it's like, fuck, this sucks. I'm not doing this again. But it's such a small part of the whole process.
If it didn't take so long to recover from 100 mile, I'd agree. But I like training and being fit, and 100K distance really appeals to me. I tend to bounce back quite well from 100K. You get to sleep in your own bed generally that night. You don't miss too much. You don't have to forgo a lot of things for that to go well. And but once you start going overnight, I don't know, my recovery tends to go downhill quite quickly with no sleep. And I don't know how you did three days worth of it, Ash, but and how long the recovery was after that.
Yeah, there was sleep in between, so I had the beauty of my own bed every night. But the starting the next day was still the hardest part, right? To the point of, like, I don't know if you've had this thought about or if you've done a backyard, but like a backyard ultra sounds like a great idea. And I'm like, the whole sleep component over however long you're able to stay up and keep going.
Yeah,
I think it's just a huge factor, let alone an overnight, and then navigating the night and all that stuff. So I feel like the sleep is just a huge component. But you make it 100K sound easy, mate. So I might just go knock one of those out on the weekend.
And you recover easily. Have you done a backyard?
I have done one. It's I went down as a training run before I went over to Taiwan and I was planning on doing 12 to 14 hours, but I got to 10 and it was getting dark and the trail wasn't real flat and very rocky. And I didn't feel like I needed to put a head torch on to prove anything for another 2 hours. I was fine after 10 hours and I got to go home and see the kids before they went to bed. So I sort of ticked off what I needed to do with that backyard. But, mate, I don't think, where the record is now. And, it's great that Phil's got it and he's an Australian and he's amazing. But to stay awake for 5 days on 5 to 10 minutes sleep at a time. Like, mate, I don't know. I need 8 hours, and even after 8 hours, I'm pretty tired.
I'm just thinking, like, how long afterwards? How long is the recovery for that? Like they say with a marathon, it's you shouldn't really run too much hard stuff in the next month.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But obviously, you've done the 100-miler, and it's a long recovery. But 5 days of not sleeping just fuck your body.
Yeah. Did you see him when he broke the world record, Scotty or Ash?
No.
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah,
Ash
yeah.
did.
Watched it. I couldn't stop watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he ran a 17:30 park run the next 2 days after he finished.
Yeah,
and like he's probably a 17-minute park runner. Like he's not a 15-minute park runner knocking out a 17. He's a 17-minute park runner knocking out a 17:30 2 days after a 5-day. It's just insane. It's insane.
I remember doing 5. I remember doing there was a team time trial 2 weeks after the marathon where I only had to run 3K and 2K, like split. I was cooked.
Yep.
How the hell are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm with you, Scotty. I got no idea.
Far out. Okay, so you've done you get all these 100-milers in. You've won some big trail races. 24-hour then comes up. Why'd you get into that? Why and how?
Why and how?
Because I look at you and just go, okay, COVID. I look at you and go, I understand the trail stuff because trail's awesome. It's quite often when you're out there, you don't care about speed. You're not checking your watch. It's just, where am I going? How long am I out here? That's it. I'm not worried about anything else.
Yeah.
And 24 hours are opposite to that. Around a track.
Yeah.
To me, it's just mental.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, but
yeah. Well, COVID happened, and as you know, a lot of racing got shut down, and traveling actually wasn't happening. So traveling to a trail race in Victoria or Canberra or anywhere, it was just too hard. So there was a track race in Sydney, and they have different length track races, as in timed races: 6 hours, 3 hours, 12 hours, 24, and longer. So I stepped up for a 12-hour, and actually did really, really well in a 12-hour, which, like I said before, 100K is kind of my favorite distance. So that 10-hour kind of time range is quite good. I handle that quite well. So 12 hours in Sydney. I got to sleep in my bed the night before. I just got to drive down and rock up, and I knew I was coming home that night, kind of thing. So I honestly didn't know about records or anything like that. I just went in having my idea of what I could run. I was going to walk. I was going to run for 14 minutes, walk for 1 minute, eat nutrition in that 1 minute, and just go as long and hard as I could for, as long and hard as I could, basically. And so at the end of that, I ended up running 140.9 kilometres, and come to find out that was the 9th best Aussie distance ever in the 12-hour, which it still blows my mind, because since I ran that in 21, no one's actually beaten that either. So I'm still 9th, which is good. But so after that, like, I found out that you can't represent Australia on a 12-hour time. You actually have to do a 24-hour track race, and it's a lot different to trail running. Trail running is a lot of you submit an application. If you know the person that's looking over those applications, you might be looked at favourably. With the track racing, it's all about hitting a number, and basically the top 6 qualifiers within a 12-month period. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's just automatic. Like, if you're number one, you're in the Australian team. Like if you've run the furthest distance, you'll get picked. It's there's no questions about it, kind of thing. So it made it very black and white. And I don't know, who doesn't want to see how far they can run in a full day when, you know, you've got everything at your side.
Funny.
Lots of people, mate.
Lots of people. Probably, but
I love it. So how far did you go in the 24 hours then?
First one I went 2:25. Had a few issues coming along. Yeah, there was a few issues there. I had a little lie down and a few little tears to myself when things weren't going well. I walked a full hour, no running at all. It absolutely poured down rain, so I stopped for 20 minutes. And so, yeah, that first one didn't go quite to plan. So backed it up about 12 weeks later, went back to Sydney and, ran 242 in the second one to qualify for the Aussie team after that. So that was a proud moment. So, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Good on you.
When was that one?
That was, I think, June 22.
Yeah.
July 23. Yeah. I think it was about then. So
yeah. And how many worlds have you done?
Done 2 world champs and 1 Asians.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your best result? What's your biggest distance?
Yeah, so I went over to Taiwan in the end of 23 and ran 254 kilometres in the 24 hours, which was good enough for 19th in the world at that time. So
yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I can imagine it was humid as hell out there too, was it?
It's not as bad as Woy Woy right now, mate. It's pretty bloody humid right here.
Mate, this morning was disgusting.
It is shocking. I don't know. It must train us well for conditions like that. I think we got lucky. It didn't really get over 18 degrees over there. We had a bit of rain. It was humid, but it wasn't direct sun. There wasn't a lot of sun out there that day, so that helped a lot. But yeah, definitely humid. So
talk me through that event for a sec. So is that on a track as well for 24 hours? The 252?
No. So the World Championships have to create some more space, given that there's so many runners there. There's about 400 odd runners, so you can't put 400 runners around the track. So they've got limitations of between 1.5 and 2.5 kilometers that they have to make a track, and it's just out in the open. It was just like an open park field kind of thing, just on concrete. A few loops and out and back where you had a U-turn just to make up distance, but yeah.
U-turn in the 23rd hour.
Yeah.
You can be a dick.
Yeah, the same way the whole time, mate. Definitely not good.
That was my next question.
No,
they rotate on a track. So every 4 hours on a track, you change direction. But out on these championship courses, no, it's just the same way all the time. So one U-turn at the end of the track, and oh my god, you go wider and wider by the time 24 hours is coming past.
And just the cramps. I'm just imagining people just go, I can't make this corner.
Well, at least we know there's at least 400 other people who are crazy enough to do that as well, mate. How about it? I was going to ask you how many people do this thing, but 400 is far more than I was expecting. Yeah, wow, that's incredible. Well, good on you. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, there's about 60 odd countries that went last time, so it gets quite busy when everyone's trying to come into their tents, little 3x3 tents, to get a drink or get a feed or get some, foot care or whatever they need. It's they can get a bit crazy because they're all lined up in single file next to each other, so it can get very busy.
There'd be tents for days. Like you'd just be tents the whole course, is there?
It doesn't go that far. About 150 meters generally for the tents. They don't allow too much room in there. There's a lot of people pushing past, their crewmates trying to get to the front of the tent to hand off drinks or food or whatever. So it gets quite crowded in those tents for sure, especially if you get a runner coming in looking for attention as well. So
yeah. Do you have your own tent, or does Team Australia have a tent? And
yeah, so it's Team Australia. So we'll send in general about 6 men and 6 women. So we'll get like 2 3x3 tents, which isn't a lot. So we'll have we'll have 1 crew member for 2 people. So there'll be 6 crew within those 2 tents, and then 12 runners out on the track at one time. But if these things can go pear-shaped pretty quickly, and a runner or 2 could be in the tent, and then you got 3 crew in there. And as you know, a 3x3 tent isn't huge, and you got all your food for 24 hours. You got all your gear, all your strapping, all your food, all your extra clothing, jackets. Like it's mayhem in there. I'd rather be on the track, to be fair, than a crew member.
well, that was my next question. Is that so? You have 1 crew member between 2.
Yep.
Do they swap out, or they just, mate, I'm in? I suppose because of the expense of getting there,
So 1 crew member for 2 runners. That crew member could duck out to the toilet and just pass off. This person will want this drink in 10 minutes kind of thing. Make sure they get it. Or, if like some people are very simple in how they get their nutrition, it might only be once an hour. So if one person only gets it for every hour, then potentially that crew member can go and have a little nap for 30 minutes and, recharge batteries, because, they've got to be on top of their game as well when they're trying to support us.
Stressful as hell. It'd be stressful as hell.
So much easier to run.
Having done the Ultraman, you've got me, like, I'm just super curious on the nutrition though for a 24-hour event, mate. What sort of stuff are you pumping in? Are you doing just gels, or are you doing like real food and liquids, or what's the general game plan?
For me, it's for 24 hours, generally liquid and gel work quite well together. A carb drink with a gel, and then I'll put in some real food every 4 to 6 hours. Just, a wrap or a sandwich or a 2-minute noodle, something like that. I do a protein shake every 3 to 4 hours as well, just to get something a little bit more solid in the stomach as well as the food. But yeah, in general, it is just gels and maybe a muesli bar or something like that. 24 hours is a long time on gels and carb drink though, so it can get pretty boring.
I'm more thinking about the output. The aftermath. Oh my god!
You hope you don't have to go.
Yeah, it's bad enough doing a marathon with that. Just doing like gels and stuff.
Yeah. What'd you do for Ultraman? What'd you use?
It was a bit of all the above. So when I did the swim on day 1, it was gels and just carb mixes, and then and then the bike was just basically carb mix, a bit of gel, a bit of real food, just because I did it on a trainer the whole ride, so I could eat actual food while I was riding. And then the run, which was pales in comparison to yours, mate. It was 84 Ks on the track, which was it started off, the first marathon was gels and feeling like I was like actually running a marathon, and then it was just super dupers, 2-minute noodles, whatever I could basically
whatever you can get down.
And probably the difference with mine versus yours is like the overnight piece. I could have a real bowl of food and a couple of protein shakes and stuff like that. But I just find that bit really curious. Like, that's just like a whole element in itself of how you actually fuel these hectic challenges. Like, you can't just go and do 250 Ks off a whim. Well, some people probably can, but you got to put stuff into. You got to put something into the body. So that's crazy, man. And so like, what's a normal week of training look like at the moment for you?
At the moment, I'm doing about 9 hours running. I'm trying to run every day. Basically 6 1-hour runs and a long run on the Sunday. Given how hot it is, it's really hard to get a session done at this time. I run my own business mowing lawns, so I'm out in the sun all day and run in the afternoon straight after work. So I've actually just come back from a session, one of my first sessions I've done this year, just a hill rep session, 5 1K hill reps. But it's so hot and muggy that just getting out for an hour is sometimes just a win, actually, at the moment, especially this time of year. I'm a fair way away from any target races at the moment. So doing sessions and beating yourself up at this time of the year is probably not the answer for me at this time. So, so about 9 hours, 6 1-hour runs, maybe a 3-hour long run on a Sunday. And then I've actually got a bike trainer now as well. So I'm trying to jump on the bike a couple of times a week. It's still a bit of a challenge, finding the time to add that in. But
you just got to start at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, mate.
Oh, mate, I can't do it, mate. I need my sleep, and the fan is too loud to turn on in outside. It'll wake everyone up. I tell you, that industrial fan that I need for that bike trainer is loud.
Yeah.
But a couple of hours on the bike trainer as well would be nice to complete the week for sure.
Yeah, so still good, very good numbers. Like, considering you're not beating yourself up, people will be very envious of it. A 9 hour very good base. Yeah. Maybe
before we get into the questions, that's probably where you're going. Two things I want to talk about is the great G&W FKT. So for any of the listeners, FKT, fastest known time. So Ash doesn't know, but you ran G&W course, FKT.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. So, mate, just talk us through that briefly.
Briefly, once again, COVID shut everything down in 2020, and we were actually locked down. And the first day we got out of lockdown in the end of May, I think it was, and went and ran from Newcastle through to Sydney along the Great North Walk, 250 Ks, give or take, depending on your watch. 2 water crossings that you got to do. You can either drive around or you can get a boat. Time starts when you start in Newcastle. Time stops when you stop in Sydney. So, sleep when you want, rest when you want. But the old record was about 49 hours, and I managed to do 39 hours and 50 minutes with the help of a lot of people. I had about 20 people out there that first day. We were allowed back in groups. Remember, we were only allowed to have, one friend that we're allowed to be around. so that first day we were all fucky out there. And we got about 20 people throughout that run to come and carry the bag and support and set up aid stations and get me through from Newcastle to Sydney.
No.
Unfortunately, it doesn't stand anymore. So,
who took it?
Good mate Bert Kennedy took it.
Okay.
He took it about 2023. He lowered it by about 30 minutes, which was quite a good time. He was up by a long way. Coming in to Patonga with 80 Ks to go, he was up by a couple of hours. And it was slowly coming back in my favour, but it just ran out of track. He got there in the end. But he's a really good bloke. I was actually out there helping him for 10 hours on one of the sections. Yeah. And happy to hand it over. That's what records are for, mate. Just set the benchmark
that's unreal. That's unreal.
Just
the way that you go and help him out. Yeah.
10 hours off the time. That's like 20% off that record. Bloody hell.
Yeah. I didn't know that was possible when I set out the spreadsheet. That's for sure. Had to get everyone moving along and changing the times on that spreadsheet. Halfway through, they're thinking they're going to meet me at 12 o'clock on Saturday and it's now 4 a.m. They've got to meet me kind of thing.
Yeah, he's gone. He's already passed.
Yeah.
So last thing, just before we get into their fast five questions, but sponsors. Have you got any sponsors?
Yeah, last year, Bloody Mission crew come on board and supported me in a little way. They've got a few partners that they work with, and they can supply a bit of gear to me and help with some travel money and stuff to get over to these championships. So the Bloody Mission crew, they do some unique events. They do a vertical 5K and which is 5,000 metres of vert up and down Heaton's Gap in Newcastle, 16 laps. And so those guys raise money for the Leukemia Foundation, and they've raised over $340,000 for leukemia through these events in the last 3 years. So they do good work, and I'm happy to give back to those guys because they're supporting me right now, trying to help get me to these events to do what I do. So
yeah, we'll give them a shout out. I got a little bit of a tip that it was Cal Gates and Bloody Mission, so
yeah,
I got a bit of a tip on that one. So we'll give them a shout out because look, mate, they help out with any sponsors help out. So we'll definitely give them a shout out.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah, and we love to hear that stuff, but we also love to hear. Well, we all love to hear how you went and helped somebody else break the record. That stuff's what the whole community is about, right? Like that's
especially the trail community. I think it's just it's a very different community, that trail. Like they're all in it for the same reason, just fucking be out in the open. And
yeah. You're not going to see that on the marathon course, are you, Scotty?
Nope.
All right, we've got we're going to fire 5 quick ones at you, mate. These are pretty standard every podcast, so feel free to take this. Feel free to take us wherever you want here. The microphone is yours. So we'll start off easy. Who's been the most influential person in your running journey to date? Like who's been someone that's had a real impact for you?
Probably Jason Stafford. He's been there from the start with my running. He crews basically all my races when he can. If you need a trainer, mate, he's generally there for you. So yeah, I'd say Jason's been the biggest impact on my running. So
he was your minor football club as well?
Yeah, he was. He come over in 2004. I met him in 2004, and we've been mates since then. So he come over from Southern Edelong, so we can't hold that against him. But he changed.
Good battle. Did you get into running first, or did he?
He did. He ran New York in 2010, and we were meant to do Melbourne together in 2011, but I broke my leg in that grand final. So he still went. Well, I still went down, but he was the only one running that in 2011. So he's done a couple of marathons, and then he was the one that suggested UTA 50, which I jumped on board with, and so he was definitely a big influence.
Sounds like you set you on the path to this. So we still need to do this, and maybe this is for us as much as anyone for 2026, our compilation of poo stories. So we know lots of people have got a funny running story. It can a funny poo story, but have you got a funny running story that you're willing to share with us?
That involves poo.
It can involve poo. It doesn't have
to. Okay. Well, my first 6 foot track.
After 27 gels.
First 6 foot track I did in 2017, I think. I had to stop twice for a nature break. And where I stopped, there wasn't a lot of coverage out there. So it was a little bit hard to hide. But anyway. As trail runners, we've all done this before, I think. So it's part and parcel with the game. But bad batch of nachos the night before 6 foot track in a pub in Katoomba. Definitely didn't sit well with me the next morning. So it had to come out. So
Very good. Now we covered EPL off the top, and can see you've got a Raiders top on, which either Scotty's paid and given to you for the purpose of this podcast. So I'm guessing you're a Raiders man, but just generally, like when you're not running, like what other sports are you into? Like who's your Raiders? I'm guessing Man U. Any other sport teams that you follow?
No, rugby league's a big one. Been Raiders for a long, long time. I grew up watching them, probably like Scotty through the golden era of the late 80s. As a young bloke, I was 8, 9, 10 through that era, so it influenced me a lot, and I haven't changed since, even though we haven't won since either. Premier League, Man U. I mean, I'll watch pretty much any sport. I mean, Super Bowl was on the other day. I caught a bit of that. I don't follow a team in particular in that. The cricket, whenever the cricket's on, I'll watch the Big Bash. But once again, I don't really have a team. I follow all sports, and happy to watch anything really.
Yeah,
AFL might be the draw card.
Yeah. Oh, not an AFL man. Oh, mate, this is your year to get on the Mighty Saints. It's our year. Get on board.
Yeah. He's just got the Raiders now. I don't even know what he's talking about. But I know we haven't mentioned it, but Ash has just taken on the presidency of Belconnen Magpies AFL club.
Right. Sorry.
Mate, I don't know whether to congratulate or commiserate. It's like, that sounds like a lot of work. Any presidents of football club, I admire you, because it's a thankless job.
Yeah, there's lots to do, but lots of good feeling in the community too, right? Like you guys feel it with the running community, you get it. So now it's changing topic, and maybe I'm guessing the answer to this won't be nachos, but you obviously spend a shitload of time running. Let's maybe just go back to like a 24-hour event. You think, I'm 12 hours in. What's the food you think about when you finish the run? Like, what's the one thing you just want to absolutely smash?
I actually don't have anything like that. Usually the stomach's pretty belted by the end of 24 hours that, someone will put something in front of you and you just won't touch it. Or, some people say a burger or a pizza or something. And, pizza's generally pretty easy to eat after a big event, but I'm not out there searching for something like that. It's you really got to listen to your body after these things, and I don't know, look through the menu for a while. But no, there's not one particular thing that I look for. It's probably a lot of little things like, I don't know, maybe a donut or a piece of toast or something. It's just a continuation, like of eating small rather than eating big after a race. So yeah, there'll probably be a lot of little things that I'll eat, but there's not one thing that I'll go for. That's for sure.
Love it. Even more treats. Good.
Yeah, there's usually a lot of leftovers.
And then final one for me. So, what's your favorite drink? Why is it beer? And where is your favorite place to have a beer?
It's always beer, and it's always in my backyard watching the footy on the TV on my deck, like I am right now talking to you boys. And that's why it is. It's just relaxing, and it's always at the end of the day, and it's perfect.
Have you got an outside telly there?
Of course, mate.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So when
I can show you the shoe collection out here too, mate, if you want.
That might be another episode.
Shoe collection, yeah.
Yeah.
So should we get into it? Should we talk about the shoe?
Yeah, let's get into the shoe. I'll just pop it up on the screen here. So this month we have got the 1080 V15, which was released middle of January. I sent you boys out a pair just before Christmas. So you've had 6 weeks in it. But look, just going to go quickly through the tech. It's Infineon is their new midsole, essentially it's a supercritical EVA with TPE injected into it. So look, essentially what they've done over the old model, I've got the old model on the screen. They've lifted it 2 mil off the ground, 6 mil heel to toe. It is ridiculously soft. So the first thing I noticed, like I'll remove that off the screen, but it is very soft midsole, ridiculously cushioned. I haven't been running. I've been wearing it to work for the last couple of weeks. But I'm really keen to see how you guys thought they went out there in the wild. But essentially, it's a long shoe for long distance recovery. They say it can be a bit of speed, but it's more of that lounge chair, everyday recovery and long shoe. But stupid soft is what I say. But Grant, tell us your feedback on the shoe.
Yeah, like you said, super soft. I've been wearing it. I've probably got 100 and something Ks in these in the 5 or 6 weeks since you've sent them out to me. They run a little bit long as well. I know you said that to me when you sent them to me. You could definitely half size down it. There's plenty of room in the toe box to half size down. They are so soft. They are the shoe I put on a Monday usually to go for a little recovery. I've worn them in the trails, just on some fire trail, and they hold up perfectly fine going up a fire trail and down a fire trail. And I've actually done strides in them as well, and they got moving without a problem as well. Probably that little rocker in them that they've got. So yeah, I rate them. Super comfortable, but probably go half a size down, and you'll be spot on, I reckon.
Yeah, 100% with the fit there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, lots of room in the toe box. I think I've put just under or just on 200 into these, and like, yeah, bang on everything you said, Grant. But I love it, like the toe box having a bit of room to move. But the first thing when super soft, put the foot in, but like you feel like your foot's locked in. I love the connected tongue on the sides. Like, big fan of that. With lots of these newer shoes, that sort of the tongue can slide here, there, and a bit of everywhere. And honestly, just like, especially maybe it's just this time of year, carrying a few extra kgs after Christmas and whatever, just a shoe that you felt good in every run, pretty much. Like, it was, I think they've done a good job with the colorways. I saw we got these ones, but also there's like a lime green sort of option out there, as well as like a dark one. Personally, I'd never worn a New Balance before, like a running shoe, and had wanted to, but yeah, super impressed. I reckon you could have a bit of fun, and probably, like, if you were new to running or newer to running, it's probably a shoe. I don't know, Scotty, correct me if I'm wrong here. It might be a shoe that you probably recommend, because you could have a crack at a bit of everything in it, and get you going. So yeah, really impressed.
Yeah. So look, as I said, so that first feel is ridiculously soft, but what they're working hard on is try to get the rebound and the memory into the shoe as well. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes after 500-600K, and to see if it's still got that cushion and rebound. But mate, for work, it's been unreal. Yeah, much softer than work boots, hey Grant?
Oh yeah, just old runners for work boots, mate. What are you talking about?
You got to throw them out at some point.
You do.
Is that all your shoe collection there?
Yeah.
So any other feedback on the shoe?
No, I've just been using them on the Mondays for an easy day. But if I'm banged up, they're definitely the first shoe to put on, because they are so soft, and you can get rolling in it without a drama either. It's definitely not a slow shoe, so you could pick up the pace on a progressive run or a tempo quite easily with that shoe. Or it's a shoe you go away with that can do everything. So when you can only take one shoe away. So
yep. Oh, there you go. When you're traveling, the one shoe can do everything. No, that's unreal. Thanks for that, fellas. Pretty much wrapping up now. So look, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed the shoes, and look forward to seeing what's next for you. But yeah, thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thanks for having us, boys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Ash, Scotty.
All right, and look, it'll be out tomorrow on Spotify and Apple and YouTube, maybe the next day after that. So yeah, jump on, check it all out. But see us. We'll put that onto Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, till next time. Have a cracking month. Stay safe, everyone. And we will see you all next month.
Shoes on deck, beer on ice. Laced up clean, yeah, the vibe feels nice. Fuck you, Tony. Said we wouldn't fly. Now we running this.